Azar Chapter 20, Conditional Sentences. This chapter covers an overview of basic verb forms using conditional sentences, such as true in the present or future, untrue, contrary to the fact in the present or future, using progressive verb forms in conditional sentences, using mixed time in conditional sentences, omitting if, implied conditions, using as if or as though, verb form following wish, and using would to make wishes about the future. This chart summarizes the basic verb forms used in conditional sentences. So if you have an if clause in the simple present, the result clause needs to be in the simple present or will plus simple form. If you have an if clause in the simple past, the result clause needs to be with would plus simple form. And if you have an if clause in the past perfect, the result clause needs to be with would have plus past participle. Let's see each one of them. True in the present or future. If I don't eat breakfast, I always get hungry during class. Water freezes or will freeze if the temperature reaches 32 Fahrenheit. If I don't eat breakfast tomorrow morning, I will get hungry during class. If it rains, I should stay home. If it rains, I might decide to stay home. If it rains, we can't go. If it rains, we are going to stay home. If anyone calls, please take a message. If anyone should call, please take a message. So as you can see, if your if clause is in the present, the result clause must be in the present or future. Now let's see examples of if clauses that are untrue or contrary to fact in the present. If I taught this class, I would give tests. It's not true. I don't teach this class. If he were here right now, he would help us. If I were you, I would accept their invitation. Same example. Now I want to call your attention to the verb to be in the past here. You have to conjugate the verb to be were for all forms, including he or she, whenever you have an if clause. Most native speakers don't use it in everyday language, colloquially, but this is the proper way. You should not say if he was, but you should say if he were here, because it's an if clause. Now let's compare. If I had enough money, I would buy a car. This is a desire. If I had enough money, I could buy a car. That would be a possibility. If you had told me about the problem, I would have helped you. In truth, you did not tell me about it. If they had studied, they would have passed the exam. If I hadn't slipped on the stairs, I would have broken my arm. So all these situations here, they're not true in the past. Now compare. If I had had enough money, I would have bought a car. Here, would expresses a desire or a predictable result. If I had had enough money, I could have bought a car. Could expresses a possible option. Could have bought, meaning would have been able to buy. Using progressive verb forms in conditional sentences. Now we have a situation that is true. Let's imagine I say, it is raining right now, so I will not go for a walk. But in the conditional, I would say, if it were not raining right now, I would go for a walk. True. I am not living in Chile. I am not working at a bank. Conditional. If I were living in Chile, I would be working at a bank. True. It was raining yesterday afternoon, so I did not go for a walk. Conditional. If it had not been raining, I would have gone for a walk. True. I was not living in Chile last year. I was not working at a bank. Conditional. If I had been living in Chile last year, I would have been working at a bank. So again, make sure you explain to your students the dynamics of the verb tenses here. Using mixed time in conditional sentences. Let's see a true statement. I did not eat breakfast several hours ago, so I am hungry now. Conditional. If I had eaten breakfast several hours ago, I would not be hungry now. True. He is not a good student. He did not study for the test yesterday. Conditional. If he were a good student, he would have studied for the test yesterday. With were, had, past perfect, and should, sometimes if is omitted and the subject and the verb are inverted. Were I you is the same of if I were you. Had I known is the same of if I had known. Should anyone is the same of if anyone should call. Were I you, I wouldn't do that. Had I known, I would have told you. Should anyone call, please take a message. Implied conditions. Sometimes you don't see if in sentences, but they are still conditions. I would have gone with you, but I had to study. So there is a condition implied here. I never would have succeeded without your help. She ran, otherwise she would have missed her bus. Using as if or as though. It looks like rain. It looks as if it's going to rain. It looks as though it is going to rain. It looks like it is going to rain. This is more informal. On this side, you have true statements, and on this side, you have verb form after as if or as though. He's not a child. She talked to him as if he were a child. She did not take a shower with her clothes on. When she came in from the rainstorm, she looked as if she had taken a shower with her clothes on. He has met her. He acted as though he had never met her. She will be here. She spoke as if she wouldn't be here. Verb forms following wish. Wish is used when the speaker wants something really to be different, to be exactly the opposite. Let's see a wish about the future. She will not tell me. I wish she would tell me. He isn't going to be there. I wish he were going to be there. She can't come tomorrow. I wish she could come tomorrow. I wish about the present. I don't know French. I wish I knew French. It is raining right now. I wish it weren't raining right now. I can't speak Japanese. I wish I could speak Japanese. A wish about the past. John didn't come. I wish John had come. Mary couldn't come. I wish Mary could have come. Using would to make wishes about the future. It is raining. I wish it would stop. I'm expecting a call. I wish the phone would ring. It's going to be a good party. I wish you would come. We are going to be late. I wish you would hurry. And that concludes chapter 20.